Hare Krishna. Now we have Narasimha Aarti by gifts. That's what I was telling you. I also sit. Hare Krishna. Let us stand Devamad Guru prayers. Please offer your obeisances. जय हो विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर सत श्रीमद His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada की जय ISKCON BPT फाउंडर आचार्य श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय जय हो विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर सत श्रीमद His Divine Grace भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय रामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा माई सुदर्शन की जय वृंदावन धाम की जय मायापुर धाम की जय जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय द्वारका धाम की जय गंगा देवी यमुना देवी भक्ति देवी तुलसी देवी की जय प्रगट प्रदंगा की जय हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय गौर प्रेमानंदे all glories to assembled devotees all glories to assembled devotees all glories to assembled devotees all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga all glories to Srila Prabhupada की जय
Hare Krishna. So now we have class by His Grace Sanatana Nithai Gaurav. Sanatana Nithai Prabhu. So I request everyone to maintain your mobile in silence mode so that you can focus on the class. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು
ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಕಥೆ ಕೇಳ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಫ್ಲೋರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡು ತಗೊಳ್ತಾರೆ ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬರುತ್ತೆ Krishna, please come back. Print pictures. Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti निर्विशेष शून्यवादी अष्टादि चत्वारिणी
नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी अष्टादि चत्वारिणी
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Karuna Kunja Bihari
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari
Karuna Kunja Bihari
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridharadhari
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridharadhari
Yasodhanandana
Yasodhanandana Gaja Jana Ranjana
Yasodhanandana
Yasodhanandana Gaja Jana Ranjana
Yamuna Tiravachari
Yamuna Tiravachari
Yamuna Tiravachari
Yamuna Tiravachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Jaya Nittai Chaitanya Jaya Nittai Chaitanya Jai Chaitanya Jaya Nitya
Jayo Panchatattva, Jayo Panchatattva, Panchatattva, Jayo Panchatattva.
Jaya Panchatattva Jaya Panchatattva Panchatattva Jaya Panchatattva
Jayo Jayo Prabhupada, 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 Jayo Jayo Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya
Spotlight.
Srila Prabhupada. Become like a marriage photo. The cameraman always blocks the audience. Can we actually keep it to a side? Is that possible? The shloka is written there on the book. Moga Shamoga Karmano Moga Jnana Vichetasaha Rakshasimha Surim Chaiva Prakritim Mohinim Sutachitaha Moga Shamoga Karmano Moga Jnana Vichetasaha Rakshasimha Surim Chaiva Prakritim Mohinim Sutachitaha
Chapter Prabhu.
Moga Shamoga Karmano Moga Jnana Vichetasaha Rakshasimha Surim Chaiva Prakritim Mohinim Shritaha. Moga Shamoga Karmano Moga Jnana Vichetasaha Rakshasimha Surim Chaiva Prakritim Mohinim Shritaha. Moga Shamoga Karmano Moga Jnana Vichetasaha Rakshasimha Surim Chaiva Prakritim Mohinim Shritaha. Moga Shamoga Karmano Moga Jnana Vichetasaha Rakshasimha Surim Chaiva Prakritim Mohinim Shritaha. Is it written Shrita or Shritaha? Moga Shamoga Karmano Moga Jnana Vichetasaha Rakshasimha Surim Chaiva Prakritim Mohinim Shritaha. Word for word meaning. Moksha. Please repeat. Moksha. Happened in the reports. Moga Karmana. Happened in fruitive activities. Moga Jnana. Happened in knowledge. Vichetasaha. Bewildered. Rakshasi. Demoniac. Asurim. Atheistic. Church. And Eva. Certainly. Prakritim. Nature. Mohini. Bewildering. Shritaha. Taking shelter of. Translation for the text language is Translation.
Those who are thus bewildered are attracted by demoniac and atheistic views. In that deluded condition, their hopes for liberation, their fruitive activities, and their culture of knowledge are all defeated. However, there are many devotees who assume themselves to be in Krishna consciousness and devotional service, but at heart do not accept the Supreme Personality of God, Krishna, as the absolute truth. For them, the fruit of devotional service going back to Godhead will never be tasted. Similarly, those who are engaged in fruitive pious activities and who are ultimately hoping to be liberated from this material entanglement will never be successful, either because they deny the Supreme Personality of God and Krishna. In other words, persons who mock Krishna are to be understood to be demoniac or atheistic. As described in the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, such demoniac miscreants never surrender to Krishna. Therefore, their mental speculation to arrive at the absolute truth bring them to the false conclusion that the ordinary living entity and Krishna are one and the same. With such a false conviction, they think that the body of any human being is now simply covered by material nature, and that as soon as one is liberated from this material body, there is no difference between God and himself. This attempt to become one with Krishna will be baffled because of delusion. Such atheistic and demoniac cultivation of spiritual knowledge is always futile. That is the indication of this work. For such persons, cultivation of knowledge in the Vedic literature, like the Veda, Sutra, and Upanishads, is always happening. It is a great offense, therefore, to consider Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, to be an ordinary man. Those who do so are certainly deluded because they cannot understand the different form of Krishna. The Brihad Vishnu Smriti clearly states, Yo veti bhautikam eham Krishnasya paramatmanaha sa sarvasman bahiskaryah shautam smata vidanatah mukam tasya vato lokyapi sa chelam snanam achave. One who considers the body of Krishna to be material should be given out from all rituals and activities of the Shruti and Smriti. And if one by chance sees his face, one should at once take part in the Ganges to rid himself of infection. People jeer at Krishna because they are envious of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Their destiny is certainly to take birth after birth into the species of atheistic and demoniac life. Perpetually, their real knowledge will remain under delusion. Gradually, they will regress to the darkest region of creation. Very, very strong purport Krishna. Before we get into some discussion about it, let's do the invocation prayers. Om Jnana Tinidhanasya Jnana Janashara Chakshu Vitamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Vishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamyam Dadati Swabhadamikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yugadam Shri Guru Vaishnava Shri Rupa Sahajaram Paramanam
Tam Parijanatam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Radha Krishna Balavam Sarvana Lalitam Trivijapavam Krishna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Vipeshaya Gopika Kanta Radha Krishna Namaste Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Namo Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Krishna Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prachari Nirvishesha Sunyava Prasthad Kestarayime Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
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 Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone to the Sunday evening Bhagavad Gita class. Very strong class. Well, we saw in the purport last time that's there in the Brother Krishna Smriti. It says that if you see such a person who is not completely surrendered to Krishna, what should you do? Take bath in. You should probably stay in Ganges. Right? I mean, you just can't come out of Ganges. That's what we can understand. So we'll see. We'll try to understand. Are we doing it right? How to practically accept this, right? How to practically understand how to take it forward. There are many people. I mean, Prabhupada's first two lines of the purport is so very strong. It says there are many devotees who assume themselves to be Krishna consciousness devotees, but at heart they do not accept the supreme personality of God. Krishna is the absolute. Okay, so are we, practically speaking, are we completely surrendered? Do we have that gap that we can still fill? Is something that we will see. So many times, what happens if we talk to some of the elders at home, some of the people from old generation, or people who come up with different theories that are there on the web today? Most of us are so used to searching things on the web. There are so many wonderful stories. When I started, we used to take our classes at office. So as soon as he finished the class, I would come and search what did he tell, and I would get varieties of answers, and I would tell him, "Hey, what did you tell me?" There is a site that actually tells Bhagavad Gita is spoken by Lord Shiva to Arjuna through Krishna. You've seen that site? There are sites like this. There are people who claim that Krishna is a tribal person. He is worshipped because he became a king from being a tribal, from being whatever cowherd boy. He actually became a king, so he is worshipped. So what they have done is, because he's become that, they have tried to link the basic Vishnu to this person called Krishna. Some of this you might have seen in the previous class. If there is an overlap, please don't mind. We'll continue that. Many people glorify Krishna as a wonderful politician. Krishna is such a wonderful politician. Correct? He did so many things. Okay, and through his political power, he became the king of Dwarka. Okay. There are actually many people. This is something that I really love. People tell, Krishna is the embodiment of Sattva. Can you understand? He's the embodiment. He's the manifestation of Sattva. And what does he do? He's a wonderful philosopher. He's such a great person. Nice, no? Good to hear. I mean, I'm missing Pradeep Prabhu. He's not around. But we go to some book distribution. He does a lot more. To police academy places where there are police people. So you go to that place and you see the inspector there and say, "You're such a wonderful constable." That's what they're trying to do here, right? What are they trying to do? They're telling Krishna is a great philosopher. He's such a beautiful person. No, Krishna is the supreme personality of God. Anything below that, whatever price you're doing, it's not glorification. You're actually bringing down Krishna. And people tend to do it knowingly, many times unknowingly, because that's the culture in which we are brought up. Okay, many people question us. It could be that for Ras Leela, it could be different things. When we go on Yatra, like this Govardhan, we took 6 hours to do that parikrama after all the eating and stuff that we did on the way. But 6 hours, this Govardhan he lifted, 7-year-old boy. Yeah, but it's possible. I mean, we are not saying that they're wrong, just that it's not easy to accept. That's the whole point, right? The Supreme Lord cannot be understood completely. And if we understand that we cannot understand him completely, that is the right understanding. Or if you want me to repeat, I'll repeat that statement, but that's the fact. If you can understand the Lord completely, then you're better than the Lord. But there is a place where Krishna himself says, "Did I do this? Oh, I am so beautiful." You've heard of those pastimes. Acharya has actually explained it nicely, saying Krishna has bewildered that he can do something. Anantashesha with his thousands of heads is saying, "I keep telling, but I cannot complete." Can Krishna understand himself completely? Yes, no, there can be. Krishna cannot understand himself completely. What kind of God is he? So Krishna can understand himself completely. This is the moment he understands, he expands even more. So there is no the lag time is not there with Krishna, but yes, the qualities of Krishna keep expanding, keep expanding. So that's the beauty of Krishna, right? Or Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, at every moment I can print a newspaper about glories of Krishna. Just that I probably don't have enough audience because there's so much that's happening, so many leelas that's happening, so much to know. Okay, and most of the time we get bewildered. It's easy to accept past tense and take it, but it's bewildering, and that's the whole thing, right? So it's easy when someone says Krishna is to Bhagavan's time. We see that in Bhagavatam. Okay, Krishna is Bhagavan, but what is that Bhagavan? Filled with all the opposites. And do I understand that Krishna? No. Do I accept that Krishna? That is the test that I have. Right? Many times, I mean, this simple example that you always see. Many times we say Srimad Bhagavatam is non-different from Krishna. And I've seen very nice, wonderful devotees also putting Srimad Bhagavatam down on the floor, just keeping it down. You might have also seen. I'm not finding fault. I'm just saying that we know it is Krishna. We know we shouldn't keep it down. But we just do it because it's that, right? Many times we do such activities where we know it is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but there is a little gap that we are missing, little gap that we need to fill. Okay. And what happens if you don't fill that gap? What creeps in? Maya creeps. Okay. So this is what we try to understand. Why are we coming to this? Because it becomes attractive when we talk about Advaitavad, Mayavad, and those philosophies. Because understanding Krishna as it is very difficult. Okay, understanding Krishna as a product of Maya, it becomes very easy because it falls into your bucket of understanding. That's the reason why people get attracted to the Mayavad philosophy. Saying, okay, this is my container and everything fits into that container. And Krishna is not someone who fits in. Okay. So where is this whole discussion starting? Here to start with the shloka. Where is this whole discussion starting? What is the question being asked? So Krishna, we are in the 9th chapter. Obviously the most confidential knowledge. Krishna explained himself as a supreme person. And just before the previous shloka, Avachanante Mambuddha, the topic that's coming is Arjuna is asking, what is the destination of those who derive your personal form, my dear Krishna? Krishna is trying to answer this question saying, what happens to those people who actually do not accept your form, personal form? And Krishna's answer, I'll just read it as it is, then we can go into discussion. They are bewildered, thus are attracted by demoniac and atheistic views. In that condition, their hopes for liberation, their fruitive activities, and their culture of knowledge are all defeated. This is the translation, right? So what happens? They achieve that evil, lusty, or what violent kind of nature. Okay, because they have disrespected Krishna. And for them, what are the three things that doesn't happen? Mogasha, Moga Karma, Moga Dhyana, Vichetasa. All these things are not fit. Okay, and these people are very clearly called as Duratmas. Okay, that's the main point that we will try. So we'll try to take one at a time from the shloka. Mogasha. What is Asha? Asha is desire or hope. Hope. Asha is hope. So their hopes are baffled. What does it mean? That if a person thinks Krishna or Krishna when he appears as an ordinary human being, for him, his hope or whatever he wants to achieve through spirituality is lost. He will not be able to get it. Okay. There are very nice examples, right? So people who probably understand all the Vedic scriptures, all the qualities, for example, Jarasandha. Jarasandha understood all the Brahminical people. He respected the Brahmanas, right? So we know how these people dress up as Brahmanas, right? So he understands the nature of the Brahmana, he understands the glories of Brahmanas, but that is not complete knowledge. So what happens? He derives that Krishna can come in this Brahminical. It can happen with Kamsa, it could be with other people as well. I'm just taking that one example of Jarasandha. He's like that, right? So can Krishna come as a human form? No, that is not possible. I thought you had a question. Okay. So there are many pastimes related to this. So we'll try to cover the pastimes a little later to take stories as a separate part of it. Let's continue with the philosophical flow. But let's look at simple pastimes like Shakshi Gopal. If someone said that Krishna Gopalji walked all the way from Vrindavan to Puri or to your Odisha, very difficult to accept. Which transport did he take? He walked. difficult to understand. Or Shiv Store Gopinath. No, Gopinath, if you go, if you've gone to Remuna, you see that the beautiful lot there. And he's stolen that kheer for Madhavendra Puri. They still serve the kheer there if you go and buy. But will Krishna really steal a kheer and keep it behind him? Is that really possible? Very difficult to actually accept this. It's easy to take it as a story. Story, for kids, it's easy. Like how today, when I was kid, I was very attracted to the Superman and the Spider-Man. Today, there are Avengers and whatever multiverse and universes that they have. I probably can't relate to everything, but it's easy, these are fiction, this is reality. In Krishna's case, it looks fiction, but it's reality. That's where we have the problem, the connect. And that's really the gap that I'm still trying to talk, saying that it's okay for us to accept, it's easy for us to accept, but it's very difficult for us to realize and act in that way. Like I said, the book, keeping the book down, or paying obeisances to Tulsi Maharani every day in the morning, or in simple, playing a video game when, when you're in the temple or doing some activity, or while chanting. I like the quote there that actually says that don't chant your rounds to finish your rounds, chant to finish your cycle of stuff. And then I like that quote. Recently in the temple, in Jagannath temple, I was hearing a very nice class, trying to recollect who it was. But in the class, there was a very nice point that was mentioned. It said, when you are doing any activity, any spiritual activity, you have to do that activity, be in that activity. The example of Pankaj and Prabhu was given, say, when he pays obeisances, he pays obeisances. His mind is not running around doing 30 different things. Like, what will I do next? What should I do after this? When we are in the class, it's very easy. Our mind gets diverted. We were just doing the kirtan and we're discussing. Staying in that activity is a very, very big task, because that activity is for the pleasure of Krishna, and that's what we are trying to do. Okay, so let's move on. You remember that boy who actually offered laddus to Krishna, and Krishna came and ate? Raghunandan Thakur, right? So he actually, his father was the one who was taking care of the deities. His father went away, so his mom gave him the bhoga to offer, and he offered the bhoga, and every day the plate was finished. His mom thought that, okay, maybe this boy is having with his friends, so she didn't bother. But when his father came, and his father said, why is he doing it every day? So he said, no, Lord only came and did. His father said, no, it doesn't happen. His father is doing that service every day. He has never seen the Lord come and eat. Right? I mean, if we see the Lord coming and eating, and next day you'll stop reducing the quantity. You're getting it back. That's why you're giving everything to the Lord. So the Lord coming and eating is not easy for us to accept. And we are offering bhoga. Stay in that mood that, oh my Lord, Jagannath is going to come and eat. And again, we can give examples from the Shastras, from whatever Acharya said. You can practically see, when you actually go to Mayapur, you actually see how wonderfully they treat Rajapur Jagannath, and the past time that the Rajapur Jagannath, when he was placed here, or when the Govardhan Chila was placed in Rajapur Jagannath. So you've heard those past times. Devotees have experience. When we connect, when we actually associate with these devotees, you will relish, and your faith becomes very, very, very strong. And that's what we should probably do. Okay, let's move on. This was all Moga Ashta. So purely talking about devotees. Second part is Moga Karma. Here the point is about karmis. Karmis basically people who actually follow proper karma yoga process of the karma kanda process properly. The karmis, they do fruitive, pious activities for whatever benefit. At the end of life, what do they need? Devotees, what do they need? Their hope is to go back to spiritual world. Karmis basically accumulate isolated heavenly planets. Very nice. So they want to go to heavenly planet. Since if they also don't accept Krishna in the right way, their pious activities also will not give them the correct fruitive result to go back even to the heavenly planets. Even that will be a failure. And third part is the Moga Jnanis. What is the purpose of the Jnanis? Jnani to know Krishna is a little not correct. They eventually try to get to Krishna. The whole idea of Jnana Yoga is liberation, any form of liberation. Mukti. They stick to the concept of Mukti. I don't want anything here. I want to get into a higher purpose. even that, if they don't accept the Lord as it is, it could be the Paramatma form of the Lord, whatever it is. If they don't have the complete understanding and stay in that understanding, even that will be protected. So the bhaktas, for them, they cannot be in the spiritual world, they don't accept. So the previous shloka, connecting back, please understand the continuation. So for people who are accepting Krishna's form as it is, for them, the solution is that if they don't, the bhaktas do not get the spiritual world, the karmis don't get the fruitive pious results of the pious activities, don't get liberation. This is what Krishna is saying. So this was the question that was asked, what happens to these people who don't accept? And this is the decision. Right. So we'll probably hear a small pastime of this. You have heard the pastime of Chittachor Gopinath. Any of you have heard the pastime of Chittachor Gopinath? It's okay, repeat it. It's a very nice pastime. Probably keep it concise as far as possible. So was this thief who actually in the arena he had entered into a Bhagavatam Katha, where the devotee who is giving the Katha is talking gloriously about Krishna. From the 10th country, he's saying, Krishna is so beautiful, he's like this, he's like that, wearing wonderful jewels and everything. So his Katha continues. This person, the thief who is entered there, his mind stops. Where does it stop? Krishna is wearing wonderful jewels. So what he does? Okay, now he wants to know more details about this person who is wearing wonderful jewels. So he gets all the answers, Google location of where is Krishna. So he understood, okay, sir, Vrindavan, let's go, let's catch up Krishna in the forest, wherever it is. So he goes there, he inquires, Krishna, forest. So he goes to that forest and he calls out for this little boy, Krishna. So when he calls out for Krishna, Krishna actually comes. And this is not when Krishna was there, it was much later. Krishna actually comes. So as soon as he sees Krishna, what happened to Dhruv Maharaj? Something happens when we see Krishna, we probably might also go through the same experience because we have not seen something as beautiful as they've only heard about that beauty. And it's not material, so it's something beyond. So he's completely, bewildered, backward, whatever happened. He's like lost his senses, chitta, his intelligence is stolen. He came to steal from Krishna, but his intelligence is stolen because of seeing Krishna. Okay, so he sees, and then he's like, wow, you're so beautiful. And Krishna, you came here for what? You came for my bangles and bells and my crown and whatever, I'll give it to you. A little voice. Okay, he says, no, I don't want to give. Take it. And this person is little, now scared, surprised, whatever. He takes something, he rushes back to the person who actually gave him this knowledge. So Bhagavatam speaker. He rushes to him and says, I met Krishna. And I got something. This person says, no, it's not possible. Krishna was there 5,000 years back and giving Katha from Srimad Bhagavatam. You cannot meet Krishna like that. And what is your qualification? 40 years I've been talking about Srimad Bhagavatam. You came now, one class you have heard, you have no clue of what is Krishna. How can you meet Krishna? He says, no, Guru, please accept. Come with me. Let's go and see. Okay, so Krishna says, yes, why not? So he goes. So they go to the same place. As they enter, this speaker is now calling for Krishna. No reaction. Nothing happens. So he says, yeah, all right. And then this person says, no, he can wait, let me go. So he calls Krishna. So Krishna replies that, yes. So this speaker is completely surprised, right? So he's like, Krishna, you're here. I have been speaking about Bhagavatam. I love you so much. And I know every detail about you. Okay, I have told this person that you wear this yellow garment, have a peacock feather, have a flute. So this person is explaining me that you look like this. I am not able to see you. Why? So what does Krishna say? Oh, when he came and called me, he wanted me. When you came to call me, you had 250 doubts behind you. Do you exist? Will you come? Will you come if I call? How did you come? Because a thief called. You had all the garbage in your head. You cannot see me with all this. Having a clear mind, wanting to see Krishna, that becomes a very, very important quality. See, our intelligence will be stolen by him. So don't try to understand him by logic. And I think I've told this in every class, that Prabhuji's try to have logical answers, Mataji's get easily attracted to Krishna. And I've practically seen that. So I'm coming with whatever experience that I have. But it's true. With your logic, you cannot understand Krishna. But does it mean that you should not use your logic? No. We have to use our logic. We have to try to get as much logically information possible, try to accumulate as much as possible, then understand that he's beyond our understanding. Okay, so this was the first two verses, two lines of one line. Let's go to the next line. It says Rakshasi Asurim Chaiva Prakriti Mohini Shitaka. Okay, what happens? They have taken shelter of Maya. So we actually saw this, right? So we all know about Maya Devi. Maya Devi is basically the shadow of Krishna. Okay? She's completely doing, she's in charge of all of us in one way. And she's here because she's under the instruction of Krishna. So we are very clear, Maya Devi's position, there are no doubts that we should have. Okay. And in the spiritual world, who is the one who takes care? Someone else? Subhadra Devi. So in simple, Krishna himself takes care. Here we need Maya Devi to take care there. Krishna himself takes care. He just wants us. Okay. Through which energy of him will go there and figure out. Right? So you're all not wrong. But here, understanding Krishna, even though he comes right in front of you, is very difficult. Right? What happens with this Maya overtaking us? It's simple. Whom did Krishna show Vishwarup to? Arjuna. Before that, Duryodhana. Right? Krishna showed the same Vishwarup. When Duryodhana saw it, oh, I see light, and what else do I see? This person is a mystic. This person is a big magician. He's going to do all this. So he never could accept Krishna as the supreme personality of God. While Arjuna was very clear, oh Krishna, accept everything that you say, but I still have doubt. Which is the right understanding. It's okay to have doubt. We are not saying that okay, blindly accept Krishna. Arjuna kept asking him, oh Krishna, you're saying me this, but I don't see how this will work. That's okay. That's why, after Karma Yoga, after Jnana Yoga, again Krishna comes back to Karma Sannyasi. 5th chapter. Why does 5th chapter come? Because Arjuna had doubt. It's okay to have doubt, provided you accept. And then Arjuna tells, okay, all these people also accepted, I also accept you, you are saying, that's right? But Krishna very clearly tells, Avajanati Mahamuna. Right? There are people who will not understand me, and that's okay, because they want to be like that. It's not easy to understand. And they don't want to understand it. That is the bottom line. They do not want. Okay. And some people who are in this category that they do not want Krishna also act as so-called devotees. That is where the challenge comes. So here we are talking about people who can look like devotee, act like devotee, but are not devotee by heart. By their heart. Okay. So they think that okay, some people actually are good, right? So typical with Mayavad philosophy, they say Krishna comes here in the human kind of body, and he's under Maya's control. This is very common. So he's taken the material elements, comes here, he goes through this experience, right? And for people who read Bhagavatam first canto, you would understand that when Bhishma Dev, past time comes and Bhishma Dev is leaving his body, he remembers Krishna in that form where he shot those arrows to Krishna, and Krishna is bleeding, and his body is fully in the dust of those horse hooves. You've heard that shloka in the 9th chapter of first canto. Actually, this happens when Bhishma Dev is telling. And in the purport, very nicely, Acharya has tried to Srila Prabhupada, please understand his purports are as a summary of many other purports Acharya has spoken, right? So Acharya very nicely said that Krishna exhibits the oozing of blood coming out of his body to make sure that the Mayavadis or the people who do not accept Krishna's spiritual body to be Sachidananda are bewildered. He wants to make sure that if you don't want me, don't worry, you will not get me. He's very clear. Okay. Recently, I think I was talking about this in another class. Is Krishna partial or impartial? Partial? Impartial?
Impartial.
Thank you, Mataji. Krishna is partial to his devotees, impartial by nature. Krishna is reciprocal. By nature, Krishna reciprocates with what we want. Okay, that looks like it's partiality or impartial. If you want Krishna, he will give himself to you. If you don't want, he will make sure he doesn't come. And this is what happens to people think he's got a material body. Okay, and what happens to these people? They take repeated birth go through. That's what it says. And they are usually the atheistic kind of people. They get stuck in that atheistic way of life. So that there are two basic kind of people here, right? One set of people who do not want Krishna. The second kind of people, more dangerous people, who want to become Krishna. Right? Not wanting Krishna. Many people want to become Krishna. This is something that you will actually not feel or see, but this is the reality that many people want to become that, want to be the center of attraction. Somewhere or other, maybe we all had that kind of a nature. That's where we are all here. No, I can't say maybe also. Like we wanted to be that center of enjoyment for a moment. That's why we are down here, right? So we remember this past time of Paundrika, right? Who wanted to be Krishna. So he's Krishna's Vasudev's sister's son, right? So he dresses himself like Krishna. He dresses himself completely like Krishna, with the peacock feather and the flute and the dressing and everything. And then what did he do? He asked Krishna, "Hey, you are an imposter. I am the real Krishna. All you need to do is give me your Sudarshan Chakra." Correct? He wanted just the Sudarshan Chakra. This is what people try to do. They want themselves to be God. I don't want to take an example, but I think all of you will relate to that. Me worshipping me in me. Heard that famous joke. So yeah, people want to be worshipped, and that's the quality that's the problem. When you try to actually do that, Krishna lets them be that way. The problem, Krishna also allows foolish followers for such. When Paundrika actually did this, why did Paundrika's example come up is when Paundrika did this, people around him did not stop. The ministers and his followers say, "Chalo, chalo, theek hai. You become God, I'll become directly God. I don't need another God." People have this mentality saying, "My way of worship or our I worship, that is the supreme person." In Kali Yuga, that's more commonly found, right? So when you're doing book distribution, again going back to that example of when you're talking to someone, I worship Devi, and Devi is the supreme. Why do you think Devi is the supreme? Because I worship. I am the most intelligent person. The point is not with Devi. The point is with I being the supreme, or I being the correct person. I am never wrong. How can I be wrong? How can I argue with myself? Right? If I have to accept something beyond my intelligence, then I need to argue with myself. No, how can I argue? I'm the smartest person around. And Krishna ensures that people come like that. They are allowed to be followed by people who are in that kind of a mentality. The mentality which is a little low. Okay. There are many more pastimes. In the interest of time, I'll skip those pastimes, but we all know the pastime of how the cobbler and the Brahmana, what is their fate? The Brahmana, with all his jnana, could not understand that Lord can do things beyond. The cobbler was very simple. So one of the qualities that a devotee needs to have is simplicity. The more humble and simple you are, it's easy to accept, okay, this is beyond my intelligence. But when we are trying to be more logical, we try to, can you show me this? Can you prove me this? Okay. This usually happens when we are doing youth classes, because those guys are busting their interest and they have so much energy that they want to be very inquisitive. They have a lot of questions. Okay, so in one of the classes, the speaker was actually speaking about, our Shastras actually talk about all this. We have Ayurveda, Dhanurvidya, and we have information, everything. In fact, we have information even on, Vimanas, flight, right? So one person waits and says, you can tell all this, but show me one Vimana where it is. Why are you telling that the Rama's period Vimana was there? Why it is not there today? So your Shastras are bakwas. It is okay to have that question. You probably need to have that question. And then, as a preacher, you need to find the answer as well. Saying that our Shastras tell you how to do it, they also very clearly tell you this is not useless. Look for something bigger and better. Because this is not going to take you anywhere. If you have that understanding and ready to accept that knowledge, then it becomes easy to connect to the knowledge. You can keep arguing. You can argue anything on the Shastras. Because very few people have the qualification to defend nonsensical questions. Many people try to ignore. Our Acharya is very clearly, this is okay. You don't want to come to Krishna today, it's okay, someday you will come. So don't worry. You don't need to have answers to every nonsense that you want, or every nonsense you try to get the answer. In this connection, I remember, see, once you get connected to the right kind of person, what happened to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya? Right, he was a Mayavadi, right? So He explained the entire Vedanta to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He's saying, you are taken sannyas, you have to hear the complete Vedanta. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu silently heard the entire thing. After that, he told, okay, I don't agree. When he asked the question, saying, are you, no, I don't agree with you. And that conversation, when you are rightly connected, changed Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. He became one of the best documentaries. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's past time, my Guru Maharaj always talk about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He told Chaitanya Guru Maharaj. There is no pastime of the Lord that completes without having Mahaprabhu involved in that, right? So I thought we should also talk about this because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ensured that whenever someone is giving any information, that is purely coming from Guru Sadhu Shastra. There was a very wonderful poet in Bengal. I remember this pastime told by the Acharyas, told by my special master. A very wonderful poet from Bengal. He came with a katha or a drama actually written about Jagannath, Lord Jagannath. So he came to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he has actually told this to a few people. And he tells Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, take this. It's very nice, you approve it. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually asked Swarup Damodar Goswami, who was his authorized person to actually approve anything that's written. So he said, can you vet it and approve? So when Swarup Damodar Goswami actually spoke to this person, this poet was edited. This person, even though he's spoken so nicely about Jagannath and his pastimes and everything, but he carried the Mayavad, he carried the monoism. So he said, the literature that you have written is useless. He actually rejected that. Mahaprabhu said, no, unless you actually are in the right understanding, you should not be trying to put your own concepts. Because Mahaprabhu was very careful about Rasavas, the teaching that he actually told Rupa Goswami to actually document, or anything that is away from Siddhanta. Swarup Damodar Goswami was he knew all the philosophers. He was a Siddhanta expert. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ensured that whatever comes, ensured that it covered the Bhakti Siddhanta concept of it. The philosophy is Bhakti Siddhanta. So it doesn't go, Bhakti Siddhanta Viruddha will not take it. Okay, so we ensured that we should also be very, very careful in how we glorify the Lord, how we actually take information, and how we accept. And wrapping up probably next couple of minutes, we have to, all these are very easy, very, very nice to know and stuff like that. But the bottom line is, somehow or other, we should be in the mood that, okay, if I don't understand, I will work, I will do all my services, I will do everything for the pleasure of Srila Prabhupada, pleasure of my spiritual master. If you understand, if you stick to Srila Prabhupada and your spiritual master of his spiritual masters, because they stick to Srila Prabhupada, it becomes very easy. Stick to those things that Srila Prabhupada has taught. There are places, there are times when there are examples that are given in Shastra, given people who have written Nilamrit and other scriptures about Srila Prabhupada, saying that he exhibited stuff that we can't understand. And he is a representative of Krishna. Imagine what Krishna can and how we can understand Krishna. So trying to understand Krishna, don't worry, trying to accept Krishna, that's what we should do. Okay, so I will stop at that. Any questions, any comments anyone have? Anyone have any questions? The Kirtan is nice. Okay, that no questions. Okay, so we actually will conclude here. So we saw about what Krishna dislikes, the Duras Masi, these two shlokas. So it is important for us to consider if Krishna doesn't like them, who are the people Krishna likes, and that those are the Mahatmas. So in the next week class, we'll actually speak about Mahatmas, and we'll understand where Prabhupada is. Mahatmas are not, rubber stamp people. Mahatma is a specific quality. It is not a political situation or person who is social work. They get Mahatma title. Okay, so the next session is on that. So it's a very nice topic. I like that topic as well. So I'm hoping you'll all be available for that to discuss on Mahatma. Okay, we'll stop here. Okay, thank you. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Let's all thank this praise Prabhu by chanting one time loudly Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Wonderful class we are taking. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you, Prabhu, for being such an enlightening lecture. So, are there any newcomers today who's coming for the first time program or center? Prabhu, can you tell your name? You can stand up and mention your name. Okay, Hare Krishna. Anybody from Mataji's side who has come for the first time today? Okay. So let's all chant one time Hare Krishna for Prabhu. So we welcome you every week to please join our session. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So there is a couple of announcements. 23rd Thursday, coming Thursday is Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's disappearance day. There is fasting till noon, till 12 p.m. Okay, so this fasting is there. So as you all know, book distribution is going on. So we encourage the devotees to collect books. You can contact Vijay Prabhu for any books that you need to distribute. So that is another. There is one more update. There is Mayapur Yatra coming up on April 15th to April 23rd. There is Yatra. So you can contact Sumit Prabhu if you wanted to inquire more about the Yatra. So that's all. So thank you all for joining, taking your time and joining for our Sunday program. Thank you so much. We have Prasadam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Gauranga Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Yes.
Prabhuji, we can end the call if you have any announcement to make.
No announcement for now. Thanks.
Today Prasadam is nice, Prabhuji.
Okay, you can show that Prasadam as well.
Yes, Prabhu. Prabhu, pakora is there.
Okay, Prabhu.
And this is gajar ka halwa.
Great.
And this is mix. This is kind of biryani rice.
Okay, Prabhu.
What's in that box?
Gajar ka halwa.
And this is sabji is there, Prabhu.
Okay,
This
Prabhu.
is mixed veg sabji is there.
All devotees who can attend program in center, they are encouraged to attend it in center, and along with the session, they can relish the prasadam, which is also the mercy of the Lord. Thanks, Prabhuji, for the wonderful session.
Yeah, Prabhuji.
We'll end the.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. We'll end the call, Prabhuji.
Yes.
We'll again meet on the next Sunday, same 4:30 p.m. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.